Welcome, everyone. Welcome. We're going to give people a couple minutes to filter in here, and then I will pass it off to the chair of the Governor's Advisory Board on Volunteerism, Cliff Yee, to get us started. All right, looks like people are filtering in just fine, so I'm going to go ahead backstage and turn it over to you.
Thanks, Alex. Good morning, everyone. It's great to be back here on the virtual stage with everyone. Welcome to the National Service Awards Ceremony. Again, for those of you that I didn't have a chance to meet yet, my name is Cliff Yee. I'm the chair of the Governor's Advisory Board on Service and Volunteerism. And it is my distinct pleasure to welcome everyone to, as I said, the 2023 Virginia National Service Awards Ceremony. I hope those of you that were able to join us this morning enjoyed hearing from Maureen and Paul about purposeful partnerships, and all of you that attended yesterday's day one speakers gained a lot of new information insights yesterday. I know I certainly did. So as many of you likely know, in 1993, then President Bill Clinton signed the National and Community Service Trust Act that officially created AmeriCorps. In the 30 years since, these volunteers have pledged to get things done, and indeed they have. In those 30 years, more than 21,000 Virginia residents have contributed over 34 million hours of service to help strengthen communities in our Commonwealth. And just last year, 2,834 AmeriCorps members at 411 service locations contributed their time and skills to serving Virginia communities. And although they receive a stipend, all AmeriCorps members are still volunteers. Without question, they're exemplary individuals who have chosen to tackle the most difficult community needs alongside community members. AmeriCorps members who have chosen to wear the A continue to contribute meaningfully to businesses, nonprofits, public institutions, and the communities in which they work, live, worship, and play in. And so let's get started into the reason that we're all in here today for this breakout, to recognize and celebrate the AmeriCorps National Service Award winners for 2023. I'd like to welcome on stage the Virginia AmeriCorps State Member of the Year, Lee Bernstein, and their nominator, Alex Johnston, to share a little bit about Lee's community service. Please join the chat to join me in congratulating them as well. Lee and Alex, welcome.
Hello. I am unsure about my camera, but that is okay. I am really excited to share a little bit more about Lee's service, if that's all right and if it's time.
Please. Thank you, Alex.
Excellent. So I am thrilled and honored that the 2023 AmeriCorps State Member of the Year is Lee Bernstein from the Virginia College Advising Corps. So Lee is a third-year college advisor at Rappahannock County High School. She not only exceeds expectations in every aspect of her role, but she epitomizes servant leadership in all she does. Since beginning the role in August 2020, Lee has served her students with efficacy and grit. She does whatever it takes to make sure her students are supported in their post-secondary planning processes. Lee has held over 1,300 one-on-one student meetings. She has taken dozens of students on field trips to colleges and universities across Virginia. Over 400 college applications have been submitted in her tenure. And lastly, Lee's students have earned over $500,000 in scholarships and counting. These milestones could not have been possible without the steadfast service Lee has provided to her students. But it does not stop there. Lee supports students in the community outside of her role as well. Lee participates in virtually all school-related events, including sports games, dances, and more. Lee's commitment and service to her school also resulted in her leading this year's Veterans Day program, which included a special breakfast for veterans and a keynote from a lieutenant colonel of the United States Air Force. In addition to these things, she even finds time to volunteer with a reading program at the local elementary school. Lee's heart for service doesn't stop with Rappahannock County, but it extends state and nationwide. For instance, she played an important leadership role in a statewide FAFSA assistance initiative with the Virginia College Access Network during the pandemic. This virtual FAFSA project resulted in an increase in FAFSA completion statewide. Additionally, Lee currently serves on the VCAN Conference Planning Committee to implement a stellar professional development experience for college access professionals across Virginia. Furthermore, Lee has become a trusted resource among her colleagues and has led numerous presentations at statewide VCAC, in-service trainings, and National College Advising Corps trainings. She even has represented Virginia on a nationwide fellowship with the National College Advising Corps to develop strategies to support underclassmen in their post-secondary planning process. Lee does not see service as something that it can do for her, but what service can do for others. And she is truly selfless and does all she can to holistically support students, post-secondary preparation and planning. Lee, we are so proud of you and all that you do to serve. Congratulations on this incredibly well-deserved recognition.
Thank you, Alex, for those great words about Lee. Lee, would you like to say anything for the group?
Yeah, thank you so much, Alex, and to all of VCAC. I joined AmeriCorps as I was graduating college. I signed my contract with AmeriCorps pretty much the weekend my college shut down, and I said, well, you know what, I've got a job, and I was feeling really happy about that in the uncertain times. And I chose AmeriCorps in VCAC because I knew I wanted direct service and on-the-ground experience right away. And I've gotten that and so much more for my students. They know how much I love them, but also how much they've given to me. And they've truly, in the best of ways, changed my future trajectory. And I couldn't have done it without the support of VCAC, other advisors, and all of our central staff as well. So thank you to AmeriCorps and to VCAC.
Thank you, Lee. Thank you for all your continued contributions, and congratulations again for your winning of the AmeriCorps State Member of the Year. You're a great exemplar for all of us. And Alex, thank you for such a great nomination speech there and honoring Lee. So thank you both for joining us this morning. We're going to move on to our next award winner. And so for this year, our Virginia AmeriCorps Vista Member of the Year is Therese Gooding, and they're nominated Tierney Fairchild. Unfortunately, they're busy at a graduation event today, which I think we can all understand during this season. But they've certainly recorded statements for us to share a little bit about Theresa's AmeriCorps service. So Alex, if you could play the video, I'd appreciate that.
Good morning. It is a pleasure to be here with you today. I'm Tierney Fairchild, Executive Director of Resilience Education, and it is my great honor to congratulate Therese Gooding, our AmeriCorps Vista member, and to thank the Virginia Service Commission and Mentor Virginia for making this possible. The work that we do could not have been furthered without Theresa's support. She has developed a mentoring program for the formerly incarcerated to connect them with MBAs and other business professionals in a very important opportunity to help our graduates and others become economically mobile and to flourish in their communities. So today, this is an honor for me to say it has been wonderful to have Therese with us for 2 years, and we wish her the best at Georgetown Law. We also have an opportunity to have 1 more year of an AmeriCorps Vista member, and so if anybody is interested, we would love for you to reach out to Therese or myself on LinkedIn. Thank you.
So again, congratulations to Therese and Tierney and absentia.
Good morning,
here.
everybody. Thank you so much for having us. My apologies that we're not able to be there in person today. My team and I are at Fluvanna Correctional Center for Women doing graduation for our in-prison program. Please let me start by thanking the Virginia Service Commission for considering me for this award, and my nominator, who is also my executive director and supervisor, Tierney Fairchild. A big shout out to my Resilience Education colleagues and board members and community members who have supported me for these past 2 years. And also for all of the formerly incarcerated mentees and volunteer mentors who put their trust into this program. and have helped give the feedback and work with me to make it what it is today. And finally, a big thank you to my husband, who was willing to move halfway across the country for me to pursue this work. The question was, what inspired me to join AmeriCorps? And actually in 2020, I was working as a project manager for EPIC, where I was exposed to the COVID rates for incarcerated individuals. This was eye-opening, and I decided I needed to be part of the solution to ending mass incarceration. And I found an opportunity through AmeriCorps and through Resilience Education to work with the incarcerated and formerly incarcerated. The experience has been transformative. I feel extremely grateful to have had the opportunity to work alongside and learn from the formerly incarcerated population, as I hope to continue to serve them as a lawyer. I'm really excited to continue this work through a legal lens in the future. And once again, thank you so much.
Thank you again, Alex, for playing Teresa's and Tierney's videos there. Hopefully everyone got to learn a little bit more about Resilience Education, as well as our Vista Award winner, Teresa Gooding there. I'd like now to welcome on stage our Virginia AmeriCorps Senior Member of the Year, Deirdre Arnowitz, and their nominator, Lee Owens, to share a little bit about Deirdre's AmeriCorps service. Again, please join me in the chat to help celebrate them. Deirdre and Lee, I think Alex is going to whisk you onto the stage here.
Hey, can everyone hear me?
We can, Lee.
Awesome. Great. Well, thank you all. It's great to be here today. And I just want to introduce myself. My name is Lee Owens, and I work for Senior Connections, the Capital Area Agency on Aging in Richmond, Virginia. And at Senior Connections, I facilitate the Retired and Senior Volunteer Program, or RSVP. It's a national volunteer program that supports volunteers age 55 and older as they serve their communities. Deirdre Arnowitz is a part of this program through her volunteerism at Meals on Wheels. Deirdre has always had a passion for helping seniors. Eventually, this led her to attain an impressive resume in the social work field that includes 47 years of interacting with seniors and their families as a licensed clinical social worker, 37 years as an adjunct facility member at VCU School of Social Work, and several years as a licensed nursing home administrator. Deirdre's passion for helping seniors continued into her retirement years and into her volunteering at Meals on Wheels. In her own words, she was absolutely delighted when she learned of the hundreds of elder individuals, of older American individuals who benefit from the weekly service at Meals on Wheels. In addition, the COVID-19 pandemic has only increased her heart for those in need and her desire to serve. She was excited that regardless of the unforeseen COVID pandemic, she's still able to volunteer and help so many older adults in the community that needed the help provided by volunteers more than ever. Lastly, I need to mention that I'm impressed by Deirdre's humility. When she found out that she had won this award, she said she was honored, but she was also shocked because there were so many others who do great work, volunteer work as well. And in closing, thank you, Deirdre Arnowitz, for your dedication to volunteerism and to your community.
Thanks, Lee, for those great words about Deirdre. Deirdre, would you like to say a few words?
Can you hear me?
We certainly can.
Oh, wonderful. I'm not techno savvy.
No worries at all.
Thank you. What inspired me to volunteer with Senior Connections as an AmeriCorps RSVP member was due, as Lee said, to my lifelong commitment and passion to assist and aid those in need. And when I had the opportunity to volunteer after what I call rewiring, not retiring, following my 47 years as a licensed clinical social worker in healthcare with seniors and their families, I just knew that I would love continuing to provide care and love to seniors. Lee Owens was so helpful and provided wonderful guidance, initially by phone and online, and I so welcomed finally meeting him in person. I so appreciated his efforts and kindness. I am really enjoying my connections with others and my learning. I so look forward to finding organizations to support with my time, my skills, and my passion. I have met so many lovely and fun volunteers and staff and have learned something new assisting seniors with Meals on Wheels, helping this nonprofit meet its mission, seeing the impact it has for the greater Richmond community and beyond. I find fulfillment sharing my time to help those in need in our community. Thank you, Lee, sincerely.
Well, thank you, Deidre, for all your contributions. I know we spoke very highly, and we really loved hearing about all your contributions. But again, congratulations for winning this year's AmeriCorps Senior Member of the Year. Again, you're a great example for all of us as to what we can do in our rewiring years. So thank you again.
Thank
and congratulations.
you. And thank you so much. I'm now at Bon Secours Hospital volunteering, but I changed my shirt to wear my Feed More shirt. Sorry you couldn't see me.
Well, we will imagine that. But again, thank you again for your volunteered service to the Commonwealth.
Thank you so much.
Thank you both. And now we're going to switch to recognizing our last award for this morning, our AmeriCorps Alumni Member of the Year. Abigail Gallen and their nominator, Christy Milborn, will join us on the virtual stage to help recognize Abigail's AmeriCorps service. So apologize, this is a little bit like the Harry Potter sorting hat. So Alex is working his magic in the background to get all of our honorees up here on the virtual stage. So I see we have Abigail and Christy. Christy, if you'd like to say a few words about our honoree Abigail, that'd be wonderful. It's great to see you, Abigail, there. Congratulations. I think we're trying to make sure Christy has a good connection here. Well, I think we're having some technical difficulties with Christy's connection here, Abigail, but I wanted to congratulate you for all your contributions to the Commonwealth and for winning this year's Alumni Member of the Year. Would you like to say a few words about your experience and how you've contributed?
Thank you. So I'm so honored to have my time and service at Aspire After School Learning, which is in Arlington County. I served 2 terms at Aspire. I signed my first contract a couple of days after graduating college in 2020, which seems to be a pretty common theme this morning. And I served at Aspire through 2022. Aspire serves students in Arlington Public Schools, in the Arlington Public School System via their free after-school program for older elementary school students and middle school students as well. And that meant that I got to work with and serve students that were coming up through the same public school system that I grew up in. My time at Aspire taught me so much about myself, about my community, and what it really takes to make an impact and meet a mission, which I've carried on into my career. I just wanted to say thank you to Christy, to Anna and Gabby, and also to Victoria once a fellow AmeriCorps member and now a staff member at Aspire, for considering me and for Christy for nominating me for this award. I'm so grateful to have served aside so many wonderful, driven, intelligent Corps members and to have been inspired and had the pleasure to work with all the staff who provided their guidance and their support.
Well, Abigail, thank you so much for jumping in there as we got Christy here now connected, and we can see Christy. I just saw Christy a few weeks ago over at Aspire up here in Arlington, so it's so great to see you again, Christy. But if you wanted to jump in and add a little bit more color as to Abigail's great nomination for multi-years of service through AmeriCorps, that'd be wonderful.
Yes, Abby, congratulations. It's great to see you again. Abby's moved cross country, so we haven't seen her recently. So we are thrilled that Abby was selected as the Virginia AmeriCorps Alum of the Year. She served as an AmeriCorps member with us at Aspire After School Learning from 2020 through 2022. She started off as an after-school program mentor in direct service, helping 3rd through 5th graders after school and during the summer with their academics and a specific focus on literacy. After 2 terms of service in this role, she wanted to try something different and applied for our Data Parent Coordinator AmeriCorps position. In this role, she facilitated student testing and assessments, continued to serve in the classrooms after school, and helped coordinate parent workshops. Abby joined our team in the early days of the pandemic when no one was in person and excelled in creating community in a digital space when many students were cut off from the outside world. She played an instrumental role in making sure the students had a community where they could play and learn together. The care she put into her work with our virtual students was key to strengthening our bonds with the community during a very challenging time and helping the students feel supported and heard. Her time as parent and data coordinator has had a lasting effect at Aspire. Alongside staff, Abby helped inform, organize, and codify our practices around student enrollment, ensuring that parents had a positive experience with the process and establishing a constructive relationship with Aspire. She also contributed to effectively organizing and tracking student data in a meaningful way to benefit relationships with parents, partner schools, volunteers, and fellow program team members. Her service at Aspire continues to have a positive impact. Congratulations, Abby. This is a well-deserved honor.
Thank you, Christy, for that additional color and context. And again, well-deserved, Abigail, as our AmeriCorps Alum of the Year. So congratulations, even though you're not in the state of Virginia anymore. Well-earned and well-deserved nonetheless. So thank you, Abby and Christy, for joining us this morning. So as we move on to close things out today, I'd like to actually take a quick moment to recognize all the nominees for our National Service Awards this year. So congrats and thank you to Isabel Stitz-Fredericks, Levi Crosby, Molly Dye, Carolina Tavares, Claudia Ramirez, Elijah Lanier, Jerry Jones, Kelsey Herring, Lydia Landerville, Maris Laney, Sarah Bailing, City Jindal, and Tanner Emerson for all of your service to Virginia communities this past year. I'd also like to thank all of our AmeriCorps programs in Virginia. As you heard before, over 411 different sites have provided this contributions to our Commonwealth. You guys have provided all of the opportunities in communities to be strengthened through our AmeriCorps service. And finally, I wanted to share that each of our Virginia National Service Award honorees that we just recognized this morning will receive a generous monetary award from the Virginia Service Foundation, as well as an invitation to the Executive Mansion this fall to be recognized by the governor, along with the winners of this year's Governor's Volunteerism Award winners. In fact, nominations are now open until June 19th for the Governor's Volunteerism Awards. Additionally, all honorees and nominees for the National Service Awards will be included in this year's inaugural Serve Virginia Honor Roll, alongside with all the community award winners from across Virginia. For more information on either of these programs, please visit the Volunteer Recognition and Community Service Awards booth that's available now and throughout the rest of the day. So again, thank you all for joining me this morning for the National Service Awards ceremony. Congrats again to Lee, Therese, Deirdre, and Abby for their being recognized as our National Service Award winners for 2023. Hope everyone enjoys the rest of your day and the rest of the summit. Thank you for joining us.